So in exploring the hand plane a little bit more, what you can see is this Stanley, they call it Stanley Sweetheart low angle plane versus this other block plane. The angle is a little bit shallower on this. So I'm anxious to see what the differences are. This one, I don't know that this is a Stanley. Someone gave this to me and they had actually fine-tuned it and dialed it in and got it so that it was sharp, and it works well for what I've used it on. Like I said, I haven't used hand planes a whole lot, but I'm seeing where they would be nice to have to fine-tune and finesse projects that I'm working on and be a little bit quicker in some scenarios versus sanding and trying to clean boards up. So I'm hoping this will work. So just right off the bat, this one's quite a bit heavier. This one's a steeper angle and not as much in adjusting on this. And I'm noticing here that this has a wood handle versus a brass handle. And if I look at this one compared to the 60.5, that one of the features is this handle, you can actually control the mouth. So the opening here that the blade comes through, this will adjust, and you can adjust that to in the depth of your cut or wherever the position of the blade is to get that mouth closed, or open that up a little bit and tighten that back up. So now this one, to take it apart, you're gonna loosen this big brass knob here, and then this part, you loosen that, and this is gonna slide off. That slides off, and the brass knob's attached to that. These all have names I'll have to get familiar with. And then the blade comes out, and this blade, it's a little bit thicker than the one on here, and the angle is different. So I'm seeing something where maybe you can get 20 degree to 12 degree angles. This one's a little bit shorter in length compared to the previous block plane. And the adjustment for moving the blade up and down is through this brass knob, but you can also tilt the blade once you get in there to get that level. So I went through and I wiped all these down with a rag just to get the oil off from when I first got them. And then this is gonna sit in here. I was looking to see if there was a pin or something. Oh, so when I took this out, I flipped that over. That's what happened there. So there's a pin that falls into the hole of this, and then you can do the adjusting. I don't know if you can see this here where the blade tips for angling that. I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna slip this on. I'm gonna lock that back down. Maybe snug it up if I'm going the right way. And then I'm gonna try to angle that blade so it's somewhat straight. We'll have to try it. I was watching a video on YouTube and they're talking about the plane angle, the angle you have it. If it's off to too much of an angle, the ribbons or the shavings will go off to one side or the other. If you have it dialed and adjusted right, the shaving ribbon should come straight off the back. So I'm gonna have to play with that to do that. So again, this was the Stanley number 60.5 low angle block plane. A little bit different. I think if this one is a Stanley, or the same one with this is a number, I just saw a number earlier. It looks like you have the 60.5 or the 9.5 or the two block planes. But so far I'm liking this, how heavy it is. I'm anxious to try that on something and learn how to adjust that and dial that in. So there you go. Stanley 60.5 low angle block plane.